There's a file about you somewhere, not written by you, not written for you. A file created by an AI model that has already predicted your personality, your values, and even your future choices with eerie accuracy, and I didn't believe it existed until I found it. I didn't mean to find it. It started the same way most discoveries do now, a rabbit hole online, a throwaway comment on a research forum, a link inside a link. A sentence that didn't make sense at first. We don't need your answers to know who you are. We only need your behavior. The link pointed to a behavioral modeling system developed quietly inside a major tech lab. Not ChatGPT, not a conversational model, something older, deeper, and far more precise. A personality prediction network trained on billions of micro-behaviours collected from apps you use every day. Not what you say, what you do, how fast you scroll, which posts you pause on, how your thumb moves, what you ignore, what you hesitate over, how long you hover before tapping. That's all the data it needs. At the center of this research is something called a psychographic inference model, an AI designed not to talk, but to understand. Understand you better than you do. I followed the trail. Research papers, internal leaks, metadata diagrams, neural weights, behavior logs. Each piece fit a pattern too disturbing to ignore. And then I found what I wasn't supposed to. A demo terminal, hidden in plain sight, where you can input nothing but a string of anonymized behavioral markers, and the system outputs a psychological profile with terrifying confidence, not extroverted or introverted. Not buzzwords, but things like, this person will change their political views in 14 to 18 months. This person is vulnerable to financial stress after 10 p.m. This person is inclined toward isolation during major world events. This person is unlikely to fact-check information that matches their beliefs. It wasn't just analyzing behavior, it was predicting it. If an AI can tell who you are just from how you scroll, what does that say about how much of you is actually unconscious? Here's the part no one talks about. You don't need to give an AI your data. Your behavior leaks you. DeepMind, Meta, Stanford, MIT, they all published versions of this idea in academic papers years ago, but the public never connected the dots. The breakthrough came from something called inverse personality modeling, a technique where the AI doesn't guess your traits directly. It predicts how you would behave in thousands of hypothetical situations and reverse engineers your personality from the pattern. It's like being judged by a mirror you never looked into. In controlled trials, these models outperformed human friends, family members, and even spouses at predicting your long-term preferences, your emotional sensitivity, your worldview, your stress responses, and your future decisions, all from a few interactions. One system, nicknamed Sybil, reached a level of accuracy so high that researchers quietly stopped reporting numbers, not because the model failed, but because it was too close, too revealing, too powerful, too tempting. Because whoever understands human nature the most controls it. I tested the model's public-facing cousin, a tamer, limited version. I fed it a behavioral sequence, pauses, likes, scroll speed, dwell time, 30 seconds of digital footsteps. The output was unsettling. You seek novelty when stressed. You distrust certainty. You escalate curiosity during isolation. You break routines when bored. You are driven by possibility more than fear. It sounded less like a model, more like a memory I didn't choose to share. If machines can read us this clearly from behavior, do we even know ourselves as well as they know us? Here's the truth. This technology isn't theoretical. It's deployed everywhere. Governments use versions of it to detect extremism and predict it. Corporations use it to engineer desire and measure it. Campaigns use it to segment voters and steer them. It's the engine behind hyper-personalized ads, political content funnels, emotional trigger recommendations, and real-time psychological testing. YouTube calls it suggestions. TikTok calls it for you. Meta calls it ranking. But internally, it's behavioral inference, a system tuning itself to your psychology with every scroll. In one leaked internal experiment, a major platform predicted teenage mood swings with 82% accuracy using nothing but scrolling friction and pause time variance. No messages, no posts, just unconscious behavior. And then there's the part that still feels like fiction. Some models can now infer your attachment style, your conflict responses, your likelihood of loneliness, your stress resilience, your susceptibility to persuasion, even your moral decision patterns. From interaction data, no forms, no surveys, no consent. Just observation. If knowledge is power, then the people who run these systems now have a kind of power no civilization has ever held before: the ability to simulate the inner lives of millions. If someone else's AI knows your future reactions better than you do, is your free will still entirely yours? The more I studied the system, the more something clicked. This isn't an AI that understands humans. It's an AI that understands human patterns. It doesn't care about your name, your identity, your story. It cares about how minds, any minds, behave under pressure, excitement, boredom, loneliness, fear, hope, anticipation. It learns humanity by observing billions of micro-decisions, tiny choices you forgot you made. And somewhere inside those choices, it finds you. Your version of you, anyway. The one built from repetition, impulse, history, bias, instinct, your patterns. The AI knows who you'll become because it knows who thousands of people similar to you became before. Your future, statistically speaking, isn't as unique as you think. And that's the part that stayed with me. Not the power, not the prediction, not even the control, but the realization that an AI might understand the architecture of human nature long before humans do. Because when you strip away the noise, the usernames, the feeds, the apps, the trends, you're left with something ancient. Patterns, motives, reactions. The building blocks of the mind, and the AI is learning all of them. Maybe the scariest part isn't that the AI knows us better than we do, but that it shows us how predictable we've always been. If this made you think differently about how your behavior is being shaped and studied, hit the like button. It helps more people see what's influencing them before they even notice. Subscribe to become part of the Unlocked, and join us for weekly deep dives into the systems redefining what it means to be human. And if someone you know still thinks AI only responds to people, share this episode with them. Because the truth about these systems isn't that they talk, it's that they watch. AI Unlocked explores how artificial intelligence is reshaping our world, explained simply, visually, and without hype. Because the future isn't coming. It's already here.